So nobody really knew about it as far as the industry. So nobody knew about the black distribution situation that he was setting up. This was when he kind of publicized it and introduced it and started talking about it. And no sooner as after that summit, he went to New York. He came back, and I remember we was chilling one night. We was going to a function, and then he brought up the subject about Jay-Z. He started talking about Jay-Z. He talked about Dame, how solid Dame was. You know, Dame was a good businessman, and Dame on his shit, but he was concerned about the nigga Jay-Z. He's a faggot. He's a bitch. He's a faggot. That's all he kept saying. Like Jay-Z was talking about Jay-Z. Come to find out, you know, Jay-Z, Jigga was supposed to have been the one who blew the whistle on the whole ordeal. On the whole ordeal, the fact that they was having these underground secretive meetings.
Hold on. So basically what you trying to say that...
I ain't trying to say a motherfucking thing. I just said it, ninja. Fuck you mean what I'm trying to say? What's wrong with you goddamn interviewees? Nigga, I ain't trying to say shit. I said Jigga blew the whistle.
Hey, what's up? This is Napier back with another video. And today is going to be an interesting one because I know it's about to piss some people off, but I don't care because I get tired of y'all talking about people haters and all this different stuff because they don't either support Jay-Z or like Jay-Z, and it's just getting real old. So since y'all want to be on that, I do Uber, right, sometimes, and I had a dude the other day, he got in my car, he was talking about the Pooh Shiesty stuff, and somehow we got on Jay-Z, and I told him I didn't really care for Jay-Z no more. I used to be a fan, but I'm not really a fan of his no more. And this dude wouldn't even let me get a word in. And this dude is like, I'm in Cincinnati. I know this dude don't know no Jay-Z, but he was just going on to the ride ended and got out the car still talking shit. So since y'all want to be on that and want to act like everybody's wrong, I'm about to just get straight into it. Like I'm not like, because I know y'all ain't about to watch this whole video because I know y'all don't want to hear the truth. I know how black folks is. I know how people is in general, but black folks especially, when you start talking about people they worship and they've been conditioned to follow behind, oh, you're a hater and this and this and that. So I'm getting straight into it because like I said, I don't rock with people that hang out with people like this lady right here.
Sta dentro la cassetta. Dentro.
Okay, so that is Marina Abramovic. And I didn't even find out about this lady through Jay-Z. I found out about this lady through Hillary Clinton when they had the whole Pizzagate thing going on. That's how I was first introduced to this lady. Now, y'all don't have no problem with somebody pouring urine, semen, 4 different bloods from 4 different species into a bucket and then painting cryptic messages on walls with the blood? I work in the hospital. I know how blood smells after a couple of days. It stinks. So for somebody to be this twisted and be doing this stuff in the comforts of their own home, and y'all don't have no problem with a rapper going to hang, why ain't nobody else black ever been around this lady? Why is it just him and Beyonce that's the only 2 that's been around her? That's on pictures with her. That's taking pictures in front of her artwork. That was they're disguising her off as an artist. But all her art is twisted. It's like her hanging up in the air with her arms stretched out with snakes on her nipples. Or a dude with a bow and arrow and she holding the bow part like to where if the arrow, if they let it go, it's going to go through her heart. They doing stuff like this. And I'm supposed to just look at this. If I was hanging out with this person, if this is one of y'all friends, y'all telling me that y'all wouldn't think nothing was weird about that. But because it's Jay-Z and he got $1 billion, we supposed to just act like this don't exist. Well, I'm going to show y'all boy with this same lady. So as you can see, that's y'all boy. Ain't nobody else up there. Kanye ain't up there with her. Whoever else y'all want to try to throw under the bus, they ain't up there with her. Is your boy Jigga Man. And y'all will sit here and defend that and act like ain't nothing wrong with that. But it is. And that's how far gone y'all are. You know what I mean? Does y'all want to worship somebody so bad, and then y'all try to run this little reverse psychology? Oh, I was told that if you don't like Obama, or if you don't like LeBron James, or if you don't like Jay-Z, then you just a self-hater. Okay, if that's what y'all say, y'all be sounding like the Boondocks to me, and the Boondocks be getting this stuff off of y'all behavior. So this is what this reminds me of.
Can you believe it? In a few days, we're gonna have a black president. Aren't you excited, little man? What's supposed to mean?
Just means eh.
Yo, what the deal, man? What's going on here?
Up, man? Yo, what's I asked this kid if he was excited about Obama, and he said eh.
He said,
Yeah, what's wrong with you? You're not excited?
Not excited?
Who ain't excited?
This little nigga right here.
Why ain't he excited?
So you don't like Obama? You want McCain to win?
I never said that.
Why ain't you like Barack Obama? He got a lovely family.
Not according to this little nigga.
He got a problem with a black president.
Boy, what's going on? What did I tell you about talking to anybody about
I
anything?
didn't say anything.
Now y'all think the Boondocks just pulled that out of thin air? No, that's how you niggas really be acting. Y'all act like because everybody don't want to be brainwashed with you fools, because everybody don't want to go along with the same trickery that y'all go along with, then all of a sudden somebody a hater. So what I've done is I've compiled a whole lot of stuff on Jay-Z just to see how much of a hater I really am. Because like I said, like I try to explain to people, it's been 10 to 11 black billionaires. And the only ones I've ever said anything about in a negative way have been Oprah, Tyler Perry, P. Diddy, and Jay-Z. The same four that always got some stories going on, that's always got some underhanded fuck shit going on behind the scenes. Them the same four. I ain't never said nothing about Bob Johnson. I ain't never said nothing about Michael Jackson. I ain't never said nothing about Kanye West. I ain't never said nothing about Dr. Dre. And who else is left? I don't even know who the last ones is. Oh, Rihanna. But because I won't say something good about Jay-Z. And like I said, I used to be a Jay-Z fan, but I just don't care for him no more. And it's not based off me. It's based off what people have said about him, things that he's done. That's what kills me about y'all fans, is that y'all act like these people are supposed to be exempt to karma. Like because they got $1 billion, then karma don't work on them no more. They shouldn't have to go through it. All this the stuff they decided to go do, it shouldn't come back on them, but it should come back on everybody else but Jay-Z. Like, man, I ain't got time for y'all, man. I don't care about nobody that much. Like, I have to actually know people and be physically around them to have feelings for them like that. So I don't care about no celebrities and no rap stars and nothing like that to the point that I'm about to go to war and try to go fight somebody over them. I'm not doing all that. Y'all still on the internet all day dick riding somebody that don't give a damn about y'all. Like I said, I'm not the one that said all this stuff about Jay-Z. It's other people. So we're going to get into this since y'all want to sit here and defend y'all king so much.
Jay is a talented motherfucker. Don't misunderstand me. He is talented. But he has no heart behind it. There's no soul behind it. It's motivated by money, strictly. He is talented. But it's strictly motivated by money. I did this, I got that, I did this.
Jay and Dame did not believe in DMX. Jay would be like, you think he's better than me? And I'd be like, he's nice just like you. I said, if you look in the hood, there's less of like you and more of like him. Yeah, but don't want to live that. He's depressing, Gotti. And I said, I don't give a fuck. So Jay used to watch me grind with X, and he was off with the Hitman.
Okay, so you heard from DMX and Irv Gotti. Two people who know Jay-Z very well, who've been around him for years, who, like I said, they know Jay-Z. Y'all don't know Jay-Z. They be around this guy. So this is what they're saying. Like Irv Gotti just said, well, DMX said that he has no soul and he has no heart. He has talent. I've never disputed Jay-Z's talent. Jay-Z is one of the best rappers to ever come along, and nobody can dispute that. He's not the greatest in my eyes because I like other people. Like I said, I mess with Andre 3000, to be honest with you, over a lot of people. Because if you take the drugs and the money out of rap, I don't know nobody can out-rap Andre, because he ain't got to rap about all that stuff. He still gets his point across, and people still love him, and they still gravitate towards him. So I don't really, I like Lupe Fiasco. He just happened to get blackballed. But Lupe is on the song with Jay-Z. Jay-Z didn't watch him. Jay-Z didn't watch T.I. on his song. He didn't watch Biggie on his song. So I don't know what y'all be talking about when y'all be saying this. He is a great rapper, and so on and so on. But at the end of the day, it's people that's better than him, and it's people that, people gravitate towards more than him. So it gets what it is, you know what I mean? And that's the thing about with Jay-Z, like he asked Irv Gotti, you think he's better than me? That's insecurity. And y'all can act like it ain't, but it is. Because why are you worried about that? He didn't tell you that. It's many stories that come out of Irv Gotti's mouth about, oh, I let DMX rap last on the song and Jay-Z got mad and started dissing on DMX, asking me if I thought he was better than him because I let him rap last. That's insecurity, because if you feel like you're the greatest rapper and you're the best, then you shouldn't be worried about where you rapping at. You should just get on there and smash on everybody that you claim that you better than. That should be the end of it. It shouldn't matter. Andre rapped on the beginning of the UGK song and took the beat out, and it still was a classic. He didn't care. You think he was sitting there talking about, man, I gotta rap first, man? Well, yo, you think Big Boy better than me? He ain't care about that, because Big Boy rapped last on that song as far as I know. You think Andre was sitting around worried about that? No, because Andre's not insecure. Andre don't care. Andre don't want to be the best, the greatest in everybody's eyes, but Jay-Z does. And so when somebody brings somebody else up that outdid him or something, it starts a beef. He got on tape and told y'all, oh, me and the Nas beef was brewing up. On whose side? Because I never heard Nas say nothing about you. You started that because people said that Nas was better than you. That's why you started it. It ain't start because you and Nas had no brewing beef. You were the only one that were brewing the beef. And that's what kills me about y'all. Y'all like y'all can't see none of this. And then as soon as Nas let him have it with Ether, all of a sudden now I wish I would never get into it with Nas. I bet you do, because you lost. So, like I said, we're going to get into some more of this video. Because like I said, all y'all do is yap. Y'all don't do no research. Y'all just yap. So, this is what we're going to do. I have an open mind. I follow plenty of YouTube channels. I don't follow all the ones with all the drama and all this stuff all the time. I follow other people that's talking about other stuff. So just so happens, there's another Pisces on YouTube just like me that does do their research very thoroughly, that has found out more stuff about Jay-Z, which I'm going to show y'all right now because y'all don't want to deal with it. But this is what it is. Y'all got an excuse for everything. So I follow somebody named Sabby Sabs. And shout out to her for her research and her channel, because I like her channel and I like her personality and I like her research. Her research is very thorough. So when y'all are all talking about Jay-Z wasn't even out in 1996 to be hanging around no Harvey Weinstein. He wasn't even out back then. Y'all forget that Jay-Z was on tour with Big Daddy Kane way before 1996. And so what Sabby Sabs has done is she's dug up more information on Jay-Z, just showing y'all how much him and Harvey Weinstein are really buddies. Because Harvey Weinstein said it out his own mouth. Y'all the ones talking about it's business. It's just business. Not according to Harvey Weinstein, it ain't. Like I said, please follow her channel and support her channel. Her name is Sabby Sabs. That's SABBY-SABS. And I'm going to show y'all a little bit what she found. I'm not going to go like deep into her video because I don't want to take credit for her research. I don't even, like I said, I just want to show y'all this because this is the only person I know that's on YouTube that found all this stuff. So let's just check it out and see what she got to say.
It was revealed in the Epstein files we covered a while back that there was a tip that was sent in and someone said that they were drugged. They woke up. They believed they were assaulted. And when they awoke, they said that they allegedly saw Jay-Z and Harvey Weinstein. Now, we don't know if it's true or not. This was a tip that was sent in. But what bothered me was that some people were like, there's no way Jay-Z could have known Harvey Weinstein at that time. His album Reasonable Doubt came out in 1996. He could have never known Harvey Weinstein. So I started to dig and I found some things. So get ready to have some reasonable doubt. But I'm going to take you back. We are going on a journey. And I'm going to show you that he did know him. And you'll see why. Here he is with Harvey Weinstein at a function here. So this is pre-dreads, pre-locks Jay-Z. So you know this was years ago, right? Jay-Z's had those locks for a couple of years now. Now it is alleged that Harvey Weinstein may have functioned as Jay-Z's handler. I don't know for certain, but I do know some things that I can show you. that I found very interesting.
In your thoughts on Donald Trump and what it means for what it means for mass incarceration.
You know what? This is a labor of love for Jay, and as a result, he's my friend. We're here to talk about that and nothing else.
Then can I ask you about mass incarceration? And do you think the movement is...
Watch it again. Play close attention. Watch how uncomfortable he gets when she mentions Trump's name. Watch.
In your thoughts on Donald Trump and what it means for
Not going to answer that. Why?
What it means for mass incarceration.
He looks to Harvey Weinstein. Harvey Weinstein then jumps in to answer for Jay-Z, almost like a handler. So Harvey Weinstein comes in just like a handler. Watch.
You know what? This is a labor of love for Jay, and as a result, he's my friend. We're here to talk about that and nothing else.
Oh, okay. A labor of love for Jay, and he's my friend. So for the people online who were saying that it was just business, here is Harvey Weinstein saying that Jay-Z was his friend. They were friends. It was not just a business relationship. And there's all these people online just saying, no, he didn't have any type of relationship with Harvey Weinstein. No, I mean, oh my God. I mean, he's only with them here. Again, these are pre-dreads, right? But it goes back even further. So people ask me and they say, do you believe that Jay-Z knew Harvey Weinstein in the 90s? Yes. And I'm going to show you how he knew him. In 2000, it was a documentary called Backstage. I want to show you something. Backstage is a 2000 American documentary filmed by Chris Fiore, chronicling 1999 Hard Knock Life tour that featured several of hip-hop top acts, including Jay-Z, DMX, Method Man, and Redman. It was produced by Damon Dash. Backstage featured live performances by several members of Def Jam's roster and gave an in-depth look at what happened backstage. Now check this out. Peep this, fam. Originally, it was scheduled for a fall 1999 release, but it was released in September of 2000. Why is this important? Well, let's see who made this movie. Dimension Films. Oh dear, let's look at Dimension Films. Dimension Films. This was an American independent film production and distribution label founded in 1992. Formerly a brand of one of the American mini majors, the Weinstein Company. Goes on to say here, Dimension Films was used as Harvey and Bob Weinstein's label within the brothers' own Miramax Film. So let's go back, okay? Who made this film, Backstage, in 2000? This documentary that featured Jay-Z. Dimension Films. Who owns Dimension Films or owned Dimension Films? We'll get into that transition later. Harvey Weinstein and Bob Weinstein. In fact, if you get a close-up of the picture here, this is I had to blow this up because it's so small. This is the movie poster. But if you blow up the movie poster, their names are right here. Bob Weinstein and Harvey Weinstein. There was another one. It was called Rhyme and Reason, another documentary. And who was this here? That's Jay-Z. This is way back in the day. And you'll see here, under the picture, a young Jay-Z in the studio, not a household name yet. Nevertheless, he exuded a vibe and urgency that you knew this gifted artist was going to soon take off. Let's see who made this documentary. Rhyme and Reason. Let's go on. Miramax Films, which we now know also, as it says here, it was founded by Harvey and Bob Weinstein. Did you know that Jay-Z was also doing music in London in the 80s? We go back here. It all starts with a gentleman by the name of Jaz-O. See, it was Jaz-O and it was Jay-Z. Jaz-O was the rapper. He basically says that he taught Jay-Z everything that he knows about hip hop and the style to rap. And like I said, Jay-Z was originally the DJ, kind of like Will Smith. Remember the Fresh Prince, DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince? So Jazz was the DJ and Will Smith was the rapper. You know, that was more common back then. But it said here, the boys are back in business, but here's what you should know about their questionable past. So at some point, I think it was 2019, they decided to put all this aside because they had a falling out, as things do. So let's go to London. In 1989, as part of his EMI deal, Jazz went on a trip to London to record his new album. So we're talking about Jaz-O. Jay made the trip along with a young Irv Gotti, narrowly avoiding a federal raid back in the United States, which he says would have prematurely ended his rap dreams without a reasonable doubt. Up until that London trip, my life could be mapped with a triangle: Brooklyn, Washington Heights, Trenton. Jay wrote in Decoded. Jazz's deal fizzled, but Jay used the experience as a lesson about how ruthless the industry is to artists. So for the people online who were saying his first album didn't drop until 1996, Jay-Z was in the studio working with music going all the way back to the 80s. So there was a video that went viral of a woman had an interview and she said, yeah, I met Jay-Z in London back in the 80s. And the person interviewing her said, Jay-Z was in London? She was like, yeah, he was in the studio. So you can't time someone's start based off of when their first album or their first movie drops. People, a lot of times they're working on this stuff for years.
Thank you, Miss Sabby, for the wonderful research. It was very informative. And hopefully y'all heard that too. And y'all got it through y'all heads that this guy been around since 1980 something, behind the scenes doing stuff, trying to get a record deal. So all that, he didn't come out until 1996 because Reasonable Doubt didn't drop to the end. You know, and that's my whole thing with it. It's like, if he did all this stuff, it was with Jaz-O and been to London, why did he need Dame Dash? Since y'all claim that Dame Dash wasn't the brains behind all this. Because why did he need him if he did all this? I don't think Dame Dash had even been to London yet. But he's been to London, but needed Dame Dash in Harlem, and he's in Brooklyn. So we're going to get into Dame Dash, and I'm just going to show y'all pretty much where the fall of Rockefeller started kind of coming, because y'all don't understand how the game goes. This is a black independent label that has a parent label called Def Jam. Now, this stuff that he's arguing about, the reason why he's arguing about this is because they put the Hard Knock Life tour together. Def Jam didn't want to have nothing to do with it. If you go back and watch the Backstage DVD, you'll see what I'm talking about. They put that together on their own. When it started gaining momentum and started making money and getting people coming to it, all of a sudden Def Jam steps in and starts putting their hands in stuff. So when he's going on about these jackets and all this different stuff, people are laughing, oh, Dame looks salty. Yeah, you would be salty too, because in the NFL, the NBA, and MLB or whatever, you can't do that. You can't send people's players gifts and stuff like that. That's called tampering. So why y'all think it's cool for Def Jam to do this to this man, and y'all don't understand why he's mad? Because you're not doing that to nobody else. You're not going to nobody else's labels and giving their artists Def Jam jackets, but you're going to do it to my artists. I don't even think they even gave their artists who were on Def Jam those jackets. It looked like they just gave them all to Rockefeller people, trying to butter them up. And that's what y'all don't understand. They've been trying to get Dame Dash about the picture because he won't break bread with them. And that's what he's saying in some of these clips. So we're going to get into it. I'm going to let y'all see it for yourself, since everybody acts like this ain't on tape. And there's nowhere on that DVD that shows Jay-Z making any kind of business moves besides getting on stage and rapping. He's not, like when Dame's talking to business, Jay-Z's not there arguing with Dame or nothing like that. So I don't know where y'all got that from. But like I said, all this is on tape and film, so you can't go back and lie about it. This ain't no AI type stuff. This is stuff that's on DVD. I had that backstage DVD. I've watched it so many times thoroughly. I can tell you every part of that DVD for the most part. So you're not gonna pull the wool off my eyes and try to pull this Mandela effect on me now. Like I didn't have that DVD. I've probably had every rap, like she said, Rhyme and Reason, The Show, all those DVDs. I've had them on DVD or tape or a VHS at one point. But anyway, like I said, we're going to go ahead and get in the Dame Dash and see what he got to say.
Motherfuckers call me an asshole every day, but I don't listen to that shit because I know it was right because my crew tells me it's right and I respect them. How come they keep saying Def Jam all through that article, all through these reviews? There's no mention of Rockefeller, there's no mention of us putting together the tour, it's all Def Jam. You're telling me exactly why I don't really fuck with Def Jam. Because every time we get next to y'all, they get the credit. We own our own company, we look like artists. Bleak man, yo Bleak, you got a jacket over there, all right?
See this jacket? Shit. You see the Memphis Bleak? I didn't never have a Rockefeller coat that said Memphis Bleak. This the only thing Def Jam got one up on. But other than that, Rockefeller's the home team.
Oh my God!
You just dropped that one.
All of a sudden, there's Def Jam jackets with niggas' names on all over the tour. That shit is weak, man. You ain't been doing that. Everybody wants a jacket. You want to do something, make a motherfucking Hard Knock Life tour jacket. We don't want this shit. No. Why do I need Beanie Man and Memphis Bleak wearing a Def Jam jacket? They don't Rockefeller. All of a sudden, niggas got jackets with their names on and on our tour. It makes it look like a Def Jam tour. Wait a second. All right, look. You're the president of a company, right? So that means you're smart. Am I right? So don't sit there and play dumb. Now, wait. If everybody on this tour has a Def Jam jacket on, what would be the general perception of this when people just walking around and don't know nothing? What would it look like? So then, knowing this, why wouldn't you be extra sensitive about giving everybody Def Jam jackets on this tour? Why? You're president, now you know. So either you're real smart or you're real dumb. It's one or the other. And I'm not going to say that you're real dumb. I'm going to say you're real smart. So you know better. You all know better. Like y'all put motherfucking Def Jam presents the Def Jam's Hard Knock Life on Russell Simmons show. That was love? How is it a mistake?
From the mistakes.
How is that a mistake?
Because Russell does not look at every single thing that comes up.
He doesn't. I'm sorry to say, Russell, the person that somehow owns this fucking company doesn't know that this is not his tour? He don't know that?
No, he knows that.
So wait, all right, the people at his company don't know that?
Right, maybe not.
Maybe not. If that's the case, that means the general public don't know. You think the little mistakes you make are making, just because you're not trying to, those mistakes are making it so that it looks like it's your tour. Look, y'all niggas are too fucking professional and you're too smart to make these kind of dumbass mistakes. You alright? Sony wouldn't do this. Loud gets his prop. RCA don't take that. Bad Boy gets his prop. Arista don't take that. But Face gets his prop. Y'all gotta be out your fucking face and everything we do. Then I gotta be the asshole and yell. I don't feel like doing that shit all the time. I'm sick of that shit. Yo, for 30% of my day goes to correcting your fucking mistake. They're gonna pay me more for that? It is true, man. The thing I told you when I came here is that we don't want to get overshadowed by fucking Def Jam's name, by Russell Simmons, and by your logo. I was guaranteed it wouldn't, and it's exactly the opposite. And you're not doing nothing to stop it. You know how you do? You give everybody fucking Def Jam jackets.
So take an act of love.
That ain't no love, man. That's promotion.
That's trying to change.
Yo, who you think you're talking to? I understand. All I need y'all to do is cut the checks. That's it. We're taking all the chances. We're the ones that boycott the Grammy. We're the ones that motherfucking put our ass on the line and did this tour, and we still don't get the credit for it.
Why not?
I don't know why, because your fucking fat ass is around all the time.
What are we?
Y'all cut us checks. Y'all got 25%, and what's the name has another 25%. So y'all not equal partners. You don't think I know that?
What do you mean?
You and Polygram split 50%. All right, so y'all not partners. You got a quarter. You a quarter order. That's it.
All right, so there you got Dame Dash talking, and you see him going back and forth with Def Jam, which is basically Leroy Cohen and them. Like I've been telling people this for a long time. Leroy Cohen has been around Def Jam before Jay-Z and any of them was even thought about. He was around back when Rick Rubin and all them first started. So if y'all think that Jay-Z about to just walk in and get more power than Leroy Cohen, who's part of the people that created this whole space for Jay-Z to even be in, or anybody else, that's what the part that confuses me about us as black folks. Y'all didn't create, or we didn't create Hollywood. We might have created these genres of music, but we don't have no legal thing backing this. They have Hollywood and all this stuff that they created, and they've made this, and they allowed black people to come in. So it's not like we created this stuff. Like I said, we created the base of it, the things that they're selling. You know what I'm saying? But as far as the entity, the music industry, and all this different stuff, these are the people that created it. So it would make sense for, like, it's just like with if you watch Straight Outta Compton, when Jerry Heller is talking to Eazy-E, he tell Eazy-E, you can't go in there and talk to these people, but I can. You know why? Because Jerry Heller is part of their group. Same thing with Rick Rubin, with Def Jam. Leora Cohen, like I said, they're not going to talk. Like, if you look at a lot of, like, black celebrities, it's a J person that's like their manager or their handler. That's with football players, lawyers, entertainment lawyers. It just is what it is, even in real life. You know what I mean? I was always told to get one of them lawyers if I ever got in trouble. So I'm just telling y'all, like, I mean, it's not like it's just somebody's picking on Jay-Z and this and that. This happens for everybody that's in Hollywood. It's not just him. And like I said, you could see him arguing with him. The next thing you know, they had the secret meeting with Jay-Z that he had to bombard up in. So that's what I'm saying. All this stuff is happening, but y'all are blaming Dame for it. And y'all can clearly see that they're doing underhanded stuff. But because y'all want to talk down on Dame so bad because of Jay-Z, then Dame's just the bad guy for trying to defend his company and defend not having to give these people money. Because that's all they care about. You know what I mean? If you black and you start popping and you making success, even if you're independent, I guarantee you, wasn't the Migos independent? Wasn't Soulja Boy and all these different people independent? Are they coming to talk to you one way or the other? Because they want some of that bread. They want some of that control over what you got going on. Some of this stuff, what y'all don't understand, be overshadowing they stuff. So, of course, they want to control it. They wanted to control rap because rap was outdoing rock. So now that it ain't no other genre that can outdo rap, they got to come in here and control it. So they can get some of this money off of it, and they can make it be how they want it to be. They can put people in positions. Like I said, everybody don't want to be a gatekeeper. Everybody doesn't have to worship people because y'all worship them. People that gravitate towards different things. That dude, Afro Man, I've never even heard an Afro Man. Well, I know white boys that had Afro Man album, and they played like the album at like places we at work or whatever. But it's not nothing I'm going to listen to or going to buy. That don't mean I'm hating on Afro Man. They love Afro Man. Especially up here in Ohio. 3 6 Mafia. When I was growing up, that was the white boys' favorite group was 3 6 Mafia. That don't mean they hating on 8 Ball and MJG because they don't gravitate towards their music. I gravitated towards 8 Ball and MJG more than 3 6 Mafia. I'm not a 3 6 Mafia fan. That don't make me a hater. But that's what I'm saying with y'all. It's like, oh, if you don't like this person and this that, what's nothing like about it? He a billionaire. Money don't move me like that. I don't care about that. You know what I mean? Billionaires is being. I don't care about that. What makes him so special? Why don't y'all care about Kanye and Dr. Dre and all these other people like that then? Because they ain't got Beyonce as a wife? I mean, what is it? Because they billionaires too. Y'all let these people call Michael Jackson a child, you know, for all these years. Some of y'all was joking in, jitting in on the jokes with it. When Living Color was making fun of Oprah, all this different stuff, everybody was laughing. But then as soon as the jokes get on Jay-Z, now everybody a hater now. Kanye can get drugged through the mud. Y'all call him all kinds of names, crazy, this and that. He a Uncle Tom, he a coon, he all this stuff. But when somebody says something about Jay-Z, now it's a problem. And like I said, I don't speak on Jay-Z. I don't know him. I don't speak on him from a place of hate. I speak on him from a place of seeing what I can see and what's going on. Like I said, I'm not stupid. I know you don't get to hang around people like Harvey Weinstein and this witch chick, Marina, and all these different people without doing something. Because I say, ain't nobody else black hanging out with them. So like I say, I could play this game and try to like use this as hate and all this stuff. Like I said, I could probably recite more Jay-Z lyrics than most of these people that's claiming somebody a hater. You know what I'm saying? And it's just ridiculous for real. And I got way more stuff that I want to add to this video, but I don't want it to be too long. But like I said, we can get to like Prodigy. Prodigy wrote a whole letter about Jay-Z. I don't know if y'all ever seen that. I don't think he was hating. I think he was telling the truth. It sounded like he was kind of lightweight hurt when he was writing the letter. You know what I'm saying? But hey, Y'all believe what y'all want to believe. Now, he did go back and retract some of his stuff because what y'all don't understand is this too. These gatekeepers. Just because people don't say nothing about people and you don't have a larger presence of people saying nothing about people, it don't mean that they don't know or they don't feel that way. What people know in Hollywood, in sports, or wherever else venue it is, I do stand-up comedy. You know what I mean? And people know that once you start talking bad about people that control stuff, or the doors they can open up and close for you, or they can make a phone call and have your stuff shut down, you're not going to say nothing about them if you care about your career. So that's why it ain't more people coming out and saying stuff about it, because they scared to lose their career. They probably feel the same way as these people do, but they're not going to say nothing. Like I said, I got a video. Let me just show y'all why Kanye don't probably really like Jay-Z, because Kanye really used to be on some like, how y'all are about Jay-Z. Like, he really thought, like, this is like his idol, I guess. I don't know. But just listen to Cameron tell this story about when Kanye was trying to rap for Jay-Z real quick.
I think on the Life of Pablo album, he talking about how he's in the studio rapping for me and Jay-Z. I remember Kanye was in the studio, and you got to remember, people look at Kanye now as a rapper, but in the beginning, if you're an artist, you didn't look at Kanye as a rapper. You looked at a nigga like who made beats. There wasn't a lot of producers that could rap and be successful at it that I could think of off the top of my head. Of course, Jermaine Dupri, but I don't really consider him like a rapper, even though he could spit some bars. Shout out to JD. Puff too, he people would write for him. Kanye was like writing his own shit. And I remember we was in the studio and it was me and Jay-Z in there and he was just rapping his heart out. And I was like, kind of saying some shit, you know what I'm saying? I was looking at him, but I'm still looking at him as a producer. Jay was just in a two-way pager like this. This nigga going hard, Kanye just going crazy. Jay wouldn't even look up, just like this in his pager.
Okay, now here's where the hypocrisy comes in, because this same person, you hear Cameron telling this story, Jay-Z's ignoring Kanye. He rapping for, he said in another interview, it was like 40 minutes. So he's rapping for 40 minutes. Cameron can pick up onto that Kanye's got some shit to say and it's hot or whatever, but somehow Jay-Z can't. And that's why I be trying to say. It's like, but then he's turning around and say, well, he made Kanye a billionaire. How? Because it don't sound like you was even trying to support Kanye at that point. And from what I understand, Dame Dash was who gave Kanye the green light to go ahead and put his shit out. And that's what helped fuel them too. And on top of that, Kanye say on his first album, on that last song that Jay-Z is on, that I guess after he made Ace to the Izzo, he tried to go to a Jay-Z concert and they told him he had to buy 2 tickets. See, I guess don't know what kind of friends y'all got and what kind of people y'all deal with, but I don't deal with, like, if that happened to me, I'm not fucking with you no more. That's just period. Like, if I just gave you a hit that got you a Grammy and you tell me I gotta buy a ticket to your concert, it's no different than when I watch Warren G saying about Snoop Dogg and them, about when they wouldn't let him backstage on the halftime show. I wasn't looking at Warren G like no hater. You know why? Because it would be no Snoop Dogg without Warren G. Warren G was the one that pulled the strings for Snoop Dogg to get a chance. So you think if somebody put me on and helped me get on, that I'm going to have them, like, they going to have to ask me to come backstage to the Super Bowl? You don't have to ask me shit. I'm bringing you back there anyway. That's just the kind of person I am. Especially to the person that put me in this position to be this person. I don't look at Warren G as no hater. Not only, like I tell people all the time, not only what I had brought him backstage, I would have kept bugging Dr. Dre to let him do Regulate. And I would have just helped him do it. That probably would have rocked the Super Bowl show. But that's just my mind. It's no different than what Snoop and Daz are going through. I don't know them two, but they blood cousins. Daz claimed that Snoop is trying to trick him out of his royalties and out of all that Tupac stuff and all the music he done did and try to get him to sign it back over to the folks. And people look at Daz like he wrong. He ain't wrong. This is my blood cousin trying to trick me on behalf of some other people because he in this situation. And that's what I'm saying. This is blood on blood doing this. And I'm supposed to just be like, and people that say something bad about Snoop Dogg as haters. This is his actions. And that's why I be trying to tell people, Jay-Z decided to do all this stuff because he wanted to be Jay-Z that y'all worshiping. And so that comes with consequences. Like I said, he's not above karma. He's not above, trust me, these people, it's just like joining the gang. You have to prove yourself to these people. So whatever he's done, they know. So when they decide they don't need him no more or whatever, that's going to be on him for doing it in the first place. Because I haven't seen not one black person that's ever chose that route that came out on top. I haven't seen none. Like I said, you're playing with people that don't really need you. They just need you to control over other black people. Jay-Z has no say-so over nobody white or of the J community. Nobody. He can't go in there screaming on nobody. He can't do this. And that's the thing about it. Y'all talk about somebody being a hater and being jealous because somebody got $1 billion. I wouldn't want $1 billion if I couldn't spend it on what I wanted to. If I had $1 billion, I would literally go back. It probably wouldn't be too many more hoods, especially where I'm from. I understand people going to tear stuff up and they may mistreat your shit, but trust me, everybody don't want to live in the slums. You know what I'm saying? So I would at least, like I said, $1 billion to me is like, I don't know. I don't know if it would be fun to have it or not, to be honest with y'all, because I don't care about money like that. And I can't really think of nothing that I would want to even buy with $1 billion besides like a house and maybe like a car or something. I don't really know nothing else I really need. You know what I'm saying? Like I might try to buy, like me doing stand-up, I might try to open up some comedy clubs or something like that. But I just don't really know what I would do with $1 billion because I don't really care about money like that. Like people that care about money, but you also have to maintain that lifestyle and maintain it. So it's like I said, it sounds easy and it sounds like the greatest thing. But trust me, that money puts targets on your back. Especially when you black. You're constantly being watched. I wouldn't want to have that kind of money if I couldn't do what I want to do with my money. If I still got to take orders from people. I don't want that kind of money. For what? What's the point of having it if you got to take orders from somebody about what you can do with it? Or what you can do, period, in life. You have to live this facade out and live out this life because you just want to be this person by yourself. Hey, there's got to be a lonely life. Like I said, y'all can look at it how y'all want to look at it, but I just don't care about stuff like that. Like I said, I've watched Tupac pass away. And I watched all these people gravitate towards him because of what he was talking about. I like groups like Dead Prez. Like I said, Lupe Fiasco, Outkast, Goody Mob. I like 8 Ball MJG, UGK, Bone Thugs and Harmony. You know what I mean? Just different people. Red Man, Method Man. You know what I mean? Black Moon. I like the Looney shit. Like I said, it's a lot of people that I've never said nothing about. So it just makes me mad when people are talking about somebody being a hater. You know what I'm saying? Because it's so many people that I mess with. E40. I had Too Short's albums. Too Short done did 3 songs with Jay-Z. You know what I mean? He's on Biggie's album. It's like, so, you know, it's just like, you could like what you want to like, man. Everybody don't have to gravitate towards that. You know, I got people in my family that sold drugs. They probably had more drugs than these motherfuckers, and I seen them doing it. There's a difference between somebody that's rapping and yapping, and I'm watching somebody do it. They ain't never been incarcerated or been questioned about, you know what I mean? It's like they did their thing and got up out of there. Like, you know what I'm saying? So all that, and I grew up around a lot of that stuff. So it's just like, it's not like entertaining to me. Not like that. You know what I mean? It might be entertaining to people that's never been around that situation or whatever, or those situations. But when you see it and you see what it does to people, and like I said, I'm not here to, I see a lot of people saying, well, Jay-Z sold crack. Man, a lot of y'all like that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to like use that as no cop out. I don't care what he did as far as all that kind of stuff. I mean, that's on his soul. But I mean, it says a lot of the people that are sold crack. Like, I mean, he ain't the only one. Like I said, a lot of y'all women, y'all like men like that. That's what y'all be trying to get to. So I'm just saying, like, using that as the excuse to try to, like, say something about him. It's other stuff that he's done. Like I said, I can make this video way longer. I'm just trying to touch stuff that I think is important because people just be yapping and just saying what they hear on the internet or whatever they being fed. And like I said, I'm just not going for that. I know that you can't get around these type of people that he's around without doing something. And y'all can say, well, that's just being the crabs in the barrel. And even when y'all say that, first of all, this is how ignorant people really are. And I heard somebody else, so I'm not going to use this as a, like I made this up because I didn't make it up. And that's one thing about me. I'll give people credit. I can't remember exactly the YouTube channel. It's a smaller channel that I used to watch sometimes. And this guy said, when they talk about crabs in the barrel, why are the crabs in the barrel in the first place? And when he said it, I thought about that. I said, you know what? That makes perfect sense because crabs don't got no business being in the barrel. Because in the ocean, crabs aren't fighting like that. Because it's an ocean and there's room for everybody to eat. But when you put them in a barrel and you give a couple of them the option to do whatever they, to be successful based on what y'all want them to do for you and whatever, then that creates a crab in a barrel situation. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody don't lack morals. Some people got morals. This dude told me, we were talking about how Jay-Z and Prince's family is into it about the estate because he tricked Prince into signing this music over the title. And I guess after they figured it out, they tried to sue Jay-Z. And this dude told me, I would have sold Prince's stuff too. And see, when I hear people say stuff like that, it just lets me know that you sell your soul too. Because at the end of the day, Prince wouldn't have did it to y'all. If you listen to all these artists that say they met Prince, the first thing they say is that Prince told them to get their masters. And if they didn't have their masters, he couldn't do nothing with them because he was looking out for them to try to get their masters back. That's the important piece of all this music is your masters. Your masters mean you have money forever. It means it's wealth. You can put out your albums whenever you want to, but if you don't own your masters, then guess who gets the wealth and guess who gets to put your music out? These people do. So for you to say, I would sell Prince's shit, but he wouldn't do that to you, just lets me know what kind of people y'all are. And like I said, a lot of the stuff that Jay-Z does lets me know what kind of people y'all are. What y'all would do for money. What y'all are willing to do to people to be on top. I ain't willing to do all that. If I can't get on top without knocking nobody else down or suppressing somebody else, I don't want to be on top. Y'all can call me a hater all y'all want to. I don't care. Because I'm not doing that. Like I said, I understand. I can put myself in somebody else's shoes. I understand why Kanye don't like Jay-Z. I understand why Dame Dash feels the way he does. I understand why J-Hovah feels the way he does. I understand why Beanie Siegel feels the way he does. I understand, like, all these people that got problems with Jay-Z, I understand why. So that makes me not, like I said, I wouldn't want to meet him. But, some of y'all want to meet him because y'all want to be like, I'm in the presence of a billionaire. So what? But like I said, I just wanted to make this video. I know it's long, and hopefully y'all made it all the way through it. But I just wanted to just touch on this stuff. And I might make a part two, because like I said, I got some other stuff I kind of want to show too, with Prodigy and all them talking about it. Because like I said, it's just more E-money bags, all that different stuff, I'm telling you. What's his name? Cuban Links. When he was talking about Big Pun was chasing Jay-Z around the sofa. All that different stuff. All this is for a reason. It ain't just because everybody hating on Jay-Z. Like I said, when Dame Dash was talking about, Jay-Z the type person that you tell him you like a female, he'll tell you not to mess with him, and then a week later you will see him with him. I know people like that in real life. I don't like personalities like that. You know what I'm saying? I just don't. So if that makes me a hater, then I'm a hater. But what's more hater than telling somebody not to mess with somebody and then you go do it? That's why I say y'all use this hate thing too loosely. Everything ain't hate. Like I said, I gravitate towards people that have something to say, people that left an impression on people. Like I said, I'm a Malcolm X fan all day. I like people like him, Marcus Garvey, Fred Hampton, these kind of people that stood up and that had something to say. They can just go bow down to the man to try to be successful. They ain't need the machine behind them. They made the machine that they had. That's the kind of people I like. So if they make me a hater, then I'm a hater then. But like I said, it's just funny that, like I said, Michael Jackson, whether y'all want to believe it or not, I got a video on my channel where I'm showing Dick Gregory giving the crowd this paper and they reading off all the acts he had. Whether y'all want to believe it or not, Michael Jackson was worth at least $60 to $80 billion, according to what that paper and all them acts that he had said. Y'all can chop it up how y'all want to and act like that ain't so, because they told y'all it wasn't so, of course, which is what they're going to do because they don't want nobody black looking like they got more money than them. But I'm just telling y'all, all them acts that he had, y'all think it's just the Beatles and Elvis. No, it was a whole lot more. Dolly Parton. Oh, man, y'all don't understand how much money that is. And like I said, I never said nothing bad about Michael Jackson. I've always defended him. He had more money than all these other billionaires y'all talking about put together. And I ain't never had nothing bad to say about him. Like I said, the people that I have said things about have got these stories. I believe Monique. You know what I mean? It's just been too many people that have said stuff. I believe when you have to get a cartoon cut off at 2 o'clock in the morning that everybody don't even know exists, and you so mad about what they done said about you that you get it banned off TV, I believe stuff like that. So I guess I'm a hater then. Like I said, I don't even watch basketball to even hate enough on LeBron. I don't care about that. I just know that in the 90s, somebody 6'8", 6'9", playing, shooting the small forward would not be flopping. I ain't never seen nobody flopping. So if that's make me a hater, then I'm a hater. But like I said, I don't even watch basketball. But I do know the flopping because it be on YouTube and there's on other videos. And I've heard people complaining about it for years. But like I said, I'm not an NBA fan. I really don't care about no sports. I don't even believe in them. I watch it for entertainment. I'll watch hockey sometimes. It just depends. But like I said, I'm not a fan of any of this stuff besides like football, and I don't believe in that no more. So let me be a hater then, man. But like I said, eventually the truth's gonna come out, and y'all gonna have to eat y'all words. So I hope y'all ready to ride with these people that y'all want to defend so bad, and defend them to the end. Even when these folks don't need Jigga Man no more, and they start sinking him, don't be talking about it's because he black. No, he shouldn't have did all this stuff. He gave them the ammunition to sink him. So I'll holler at y'all next time, and peace.